Turning now to your community focus, a big name, big box store, Federal Hill 2.0, and even the Rhode Island FC. Well, which things are actually coming to Cranston? Here to answer those questions and more, Cranston Mayor Ken Hopkins, thanks so much for being here.
Oh, my pleasure, Kim. How are you?
I'm doing well. So I want to start with that news about that potential big box store that's coming to Cranston. Last week, you told WPRI's Tara Granahan that a contract has been signed with Costco. So tell me, what does that mean in terms of where it's going and when it's going to open?
Well, I'm not at liberty to say at this point. I've got arrangements with Kelly Coates and Capianato. They will be making the announcement. I'm not going to make that.
So you can confirm, though, that a contract has been signed?
Yes.
Are you expecting then for Costco to open in your city maybe before the end of the year?
Oh, no. No, it'll take at least a year, 18 months to build it. But we're still working on the infrastructure. One of the guarantees I gave to my constituents was there was a big traffic problem backing up. So we worked with DOT, with Peter Alvidi, and we're still working on doing the infrastructure to make sure that that's in place before we open up any more retail over there.
This is the Sockanosset Crossroads area.
Yeah.
Okay, so sometime in mid to late 2024 then, we're hoping for Costco
Let's
in Cranston?
hope so.
All right, Mayor, that sounds good. I want to ask you about Topgolf as well. We were at the groundbreaking last year. It's slated to open sometime this year. Is that still on track?
It's on track to be completed in July, and then we have to go through the process of hiring. So we're targeting probably in the fall of this year, and it will be open.
All right, so people need to pack their patience for Topgolf and Costco. Speaking of developments, you shared some photos that I want to put up on our screen here on your Facebook page of the redevelopment of the Knightsville section of the city. It looks an awful lot like DePasquale Square. So I'm curious if you think there's an appetite for people to come to Cranston instead of maybe going to Federal Hill in Providence.
Well, our goal is to reproduce what Itri, Italy looks like. Most of the people that live in that neighborhood came here from Itri. We did some research. The fountain, the cement sidewalks, the streetscape is going to be identical to what Itri looks like.
Wow. So
that's going to be a new corridor, parkway for entertainment, and we have any one of the restaurants from Minor Chili's to Marchetti's to Antonio's, to L'Osteria, Cafe Itri. That whole area, our plan is to have outdoor dining, and people seem to like that area now. We're dressing it up and making it a destination.
I'm getting hungry just thinking about all of those restaurants. The Rhode Island FC, the Rhode Island Football Club, might be looking for a place to start playing if the Tidewater Soccer Stadium in Pawtucket isn't ready by the start of their season in 2024. And last week you told us that the governor's office has sort of floated the idea of using Cranston Stadium. Have you had any further conversations with either the team or the governor's office about that?
None whatsoever, no. I know the governor was looking. They've looked at East Providence, they've looked at Cranston Stadium. There was a concern about the size of the dimensions of the field. We have the seating capacity, but the dimensions are something that need to be addressed.
Okay.
So right now there's no more plans on that.
Are you open to it, to hosting
yeah,
them?
I'd like to discuss it. I want to share it with my city council first, make sure that the parking is an issue. Professionally, I would have parking at the ice rink and at City Hall, and then bus people to the stadium to avoid the problems in the neighborhood, that type of congestion. But that's the early stages of looking at it, but we'd be willing to sit and listen.
We've got about 30 seconds left. We are fast approaching summer, but once again, the Budlong Pool is going to be closed. You've unveiled a proposal to completely rebuild it at a smaller size. But according to the Cranston Herald, it sounds like the City Council has some concerns about the plan. Where do things stand? Have you talked to them about it?
We're working on it. I'm actually going back to what they asked me to do, which was to reduce the size of the complex. Originally, I wanted to have a pool, a splash pad, and then a picnic area so we can get more people involved in the community, use the area more. People are a little bit upset about the size of the pool, but I want them to be reminded it's the size of an Olympic pool, the one that's going to be put in. So that just tells you how big the one is that's already there. Is 3 times the size of that. So we're going to reduce the size. It'll be a little bit easier to maintain, easier to get lifeguards to work there. But that's on schedule. We're putting it out to bid right now, and we've got the money earmarked to go with that.
All right, we will continue to track that project as well. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but Cranston Mayor Ken Hopkins, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks, Kim. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Same here.